Let's get the show on the road. So what are we doing today? Today we're doing the first ever test of a vlog setup. So look at that. Been riding for a little over 10 years. I always wanted to test out this idea of how to do voiceover on your video logs. So I set my camera up today with a microphone set up inside the helmet, and I'm hoping that it's going to work. Let me do one quick check. Yep. To go for a quick ride, different speeds. I want to see the quality of audio as well as the level of ambient noise that might be coming through the helmet. The Shure C3 Pro, so it's supposed to be pretty darn quiet. Let's see. Shall put that to the test today. Okay, I got my visor down. I'm recording. Been having some issues with my GoPro as of late. Hopefully it'll behave today. By the way, I am here in North Texas, a suburb north of Dallas called McKinney. So I'll try to get out there on the highway. I want to test different speeds to see if the sound of my voice is still legible or not. As you can see, I don't have a visor, and that's kind of how I run my bike. This is the Pikes Peak edition, and although I have a larger windscreen, I prefer the Shorty. I gotta pull over for a second. I need to put away my wallet. Don't want that distraction while I'm riding. Things have tendencies to fall off while you're riding. Okay, still recording. That's good. Yeah, like I said, I've had some issues with my GoPro, and I just want to make sure this thing is still running. these suburbs are riddled with cops, so unfortunately I have to stay within the speed limit. It's a bit of an unusual experience talking to yourself while riding. I guess you gotta get used to that. You want to do this vlogging thing on a regular basis. So yeah, we're here in McKinney, about 50 miles north of Dallas proper, and yeah, it's just a bunch of houses and schools. It's a good place to raise family. That's about it. It's fall. It's still pretty dry. It's still winter. We're first week of February. The temperature, surprisingly, today is in the 70s. It is a bit unusual, even for Texas. But yeah, hey, can't complain, right? Yeah, spring is still a few months away, so you still see not a lot of vegetation has come out. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's able to record the sound of my voice. I'll be really disappointed if it doesn't. Alright, we'll try to head north towards the countryside just to see if we can get away from traffic, which is part and parcel of being in Texas. The sun is near the horizon. Yeah, this is another massive high school, Prosper. You can look at that. Thing's a behemoth. The last 7-8 years, there's been an influx of people moving into North Texas. Well, Texas in general, but specifically North Texas from East Coast, from West Coast, from Midwest, you name it. And things are not the same. Price of houses have skyrocketed to 3 times the value they used to be. If you're still thinking about moving to North Texas, you know, I wouldn't say the ship has sailed, but you know, things are not the same as they used to be in between 2010 and 2015. That was the perfect time to move. And there's no sign of things to slow down. I mean, yeah, due to high interest rates, things are somewhat stagnant, but the prices haven't really budged. So there's that. Yeah, so I'm riding 2019 Ducati multi-strada Pikes Peak. I've had this bike for about a year and a half. This thing is amazing. Planning to go out more solo going forward. I used to do a lot of group rides in the past, and I think I need to push myself and step out of my comfort zone and try to explore on my own. I think being on your own gives you more freedom and flexibility, especially if you want to do photography or videography, or you're going to fly a drone or something. You need that flexibility, because if you're with a group, you're limited. You got to think about others. You know, make sure you keep the pace of the ride. So yeah, this is kind of in preparation for that. I wanted to see if, how can I run a mic on a helmet without actually making permanent changes. That was one of the requirements myself. So I'll do a separate video and I'll show you guys how I did this. It's a pretty straightforward setup. No splicing, cutting, or anything like that. No drilling required. And I'm using the Media Mod cage that is used for a GoPro 10. I have a GoPro 10. And I'm using a Sony stereo mic. Pretty basic setup with a chin mount that I got from Amazon. As you can see here, where you should have been in the countryside, there are some farms and acreages, but then you see houses again. So there are a lot of communities have sprung up like this. So north is not really north, it's more houses, more communities, more people. So it used to be that 10 minutes and then you're out in the boonies. Not anymore. Not anymore. You have to ride for at least 30 minutes. That's where you start to see the traffic taper off. And right now it's the end of the day. People are coming home, so the traffic is expected to be high. So no surprises there. I just wanted to squeeze in this test just before the day was over, and the weather is still nice. Yeah, this whole neighborhood is only 5 years old, I would say. Not even that. This is another town called Prosper, just north of McKinney. It's a pretty upscale community. Pretty boring, getting stuck behind a truck. Then again, this is a single lane road. I guess it's a bit tricky to speak without a script and without an actual topic to talk about. Besides, who cares what you have to say about anything, right? So that's always something that's on my mind. Even if I were to do a voiceover on videos, like, who cares what I have to say? But you never know, there might be something of interest to someone. My goal would be to explore unique places within Texas and then across the United States, in the coming months and years. So hopefully that'll spice up the videos, and hopefully my videos too much. All right, there's some spirited riding there. But yeah, like I was saying, my goal is to start exploring unique places. I'm thinking I'll start tapping national parks one at a time, and in addition to that, any state-specific local treasures, hidden treasures, if you will, I'll try to explore those as well. Just an FYI, in Texas, lane splitting is not allowed. So yeah, there's that. That's why you see me standing behind a car as opposed to carving through the traffic. But I do tend to take liberties from time to time. But, you always have to watch out for vigilante justice. It has happened to people once or twice. You get honked at, or potentially get sideswiped on a motorcycle, so yeah, you gotta be careful. But anyways, so in Texas we have the Big Bend National Park, and on the border with New Mexico we have the Guadalupe Mountains National Park and the Carlsbad Caverns National Park. So I'm hoping to plan a tour to knock out those three parks, and in addition to that, there's a McDonald's observatory there. The Big Bend area is known in the entire United States as the best stargazing spot. So there's very low light pollution out there, and that's probably the reason why there's an observatory there. So I'm hoping to visit that as well. Just waiting for the weather to warm up just a little bit, because that's desert out there and can get really cold. So maybe in March or April, maybe end of March, April, I might plan a tour. It's quite a ways out there compared when you talk about traveling from Dallas. Texas is the biggest state in the lower 48, and yeah, two wheels on the ground, the credo of the motorcyclists. Anyways, so yeah, I gotta figure out if I'm going to haul my bike to some midway point and then ride from there, or ride all the way. I'm leaning towards the former option, just because most of Texas is pretty flat and quite frankly boring. So I don't want to spend all my energy and effort into getting to Big Bend on a bike. But that's still an option I could think about. I haven't really decided yet. So let's see. And then, once I get a hang of it, I'll see if I can start exploring Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Phoenix. Logistics then become a problem, because taking time off from work and these long tours, you just need a lot more time to do it the right way. And there are different ways of doing it. I mean, you can fly out and rent a bike locally if you really wanted to do it on a motorcycle, which is what I would like to do instead of a car. Option B is to, you know, take your own bike and just leave it there and then fly back and then go to another destination from there onwards. So that's one option. But yeah, that's it. Let's see how this test goes. Hopefully the sound of my voice got recorded clearly without a lot of ambient noise. But yeah, this again was just a test. Not much to write home about, and we'll try to keep more content coming in the future. This is definitely hard work.